And welcome back as we continue our coverage this afternoon of the reopening of the Walmart in Chesapeake.
Hey Jen, I am live here at the Walmart, and I can tell you today is just filled with a mix of emotions. Some excited to see the store reopen, many still their hearts heavy and grappling with, should they feel happy about the store reopening? Many are still really heavy with grieving the 6 lives lost here. So we know moving through a day like today can be really triggering. So I spoke with a local psychologist who specializes in PTSD. We'll never forget the tragedy that unfolded at the Greenbrier Walmart in Chesapeake. The crime scene tape, the terrifying accounts from survivors.
He had the gun pointed at me, and then he pointed up at the ceiling, and he told me, "Jesse, go home."
An unimaginable horror unfolding in a public place where we should feel safe, and that has old customers uncertain about coming back.
Would I go back? I don't know.
That anxiety, that heart racing, that shaking a little bit, that second guessing, should I even go to Walmart? Like, those responses are definitely normal.
Hampton Road psychologist Dr. Kristie Norwood specializes in PTSD. She tells me the increases we're seeing in mass shootings, like the Walmart in November, the UVA shootings a few weeks earlier, and the Virginia Beach Municipal Center shooting in 2019 can spark fear of public places.
Is it normal for us to have that response that maybe we're afraid to go to a Walmart or an entertainment venue or a football game?
Yeah, absolutely. It is definitely normal to have that reaction. Anytime we have a stressful experience, let alone a traumatic event, or even if we're just constantly hearing about those experiences that were lived by other people, it can impact us. The challenge is when we stay there, right? Where we say, I'm no longer going to any grocery store ever again. I'm no longer going to any movie theater, right? It's never safe for me to be around any other human being because something traumatic may happen.
Dr. Norwood says it's okay to set boundaries, but we should get help before it becomes an obsession.
I may avoid places or reminders of the trauma, and so essentially it shrinks my life. Over time, it can kind of feel like you're in a prison because you're limited to certain spaces.
Dr. Norwood says therapy can help you see the entire picture when pain is taking center stage.
But if we kind of open it up to the entire world, the number of people that go to the grocery store every day don't experience that level of trauma. You can ultimately get your life back. You can eventually start to actually live a life where you may still feel some of those symptoms, but at least you're not limited by the event or the events that have happened.
We have certainly felt that range of emotion. I've been out here since before the sun came up, since before 5 a.m. And I can tell you, as we saw the store associates trickle in to report to work today, there was a sense of people being excited to see their friends, but also knowing that the fact that this Walmart has to reopen means that there was a reason it had to close. The 6 lives lost here. So an array of mixed emotions. Some in the community say they are never coming back here. Some happy to see it reopen. And then there are people in the middle who are still just trying to process those emotions. So as Dr. Norwood said, when that becomes an obsession, or as it's becoming an obsession, it's time to get help. One of the best things you can do is talk to your primary care physician. They can recommend a therapist to you. And we're also working on getting on WTKR.com a list of mental health resources to help you navigate that if you need help right now. And if you do, that is certainly okay. Our coverage continues here. This special edition of News 3 at noon as the Walmart in Greenbrier reopens.